your math artist and welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's start your day with mathematics, so come and join.
Hello, Mom.
Oh, good day too. Good day, everyone.
Good day to Mom.
So let's start with our topic for today. Just listen and take note the important details in our discussion. Okay,
Yes, Mom.
So our topic for today is all about estimating surge. So first, let's define what is surge. So the surge is if the nth root of a number cannot be simplified to a rational number. The example of surge is square root of 2 and cube root of 6 because it cannot be simplified. And the answer is not a perfect square. For example of not surge is square root of 4, which is it will simplify to rational number, which is 2. And it is a perfect square. So now we know that the surge is a rational number that cannot be simplified because it has no perfect square. So in this lesson, we will look at surge of the form m square root of a, where a is any positive number. And we want to know the approximate value of surge without having to use a calculator. So let's try the example. Let's find the equation if it is surge or not. First, let's familiarize the square roots and the cube root so that we can easily answer if it is surge or not. Equation number 1. So, square root of 25, it is surge or not?
Ako, Mom.
Okay, yes, what is it?
Not surge, Mom, because it is a perfect square, which is equal to 5.
Okay, thank you. That's a good answer. Next, square root of 23. It is surge or not? Ako, Mom. Okay, what is it? It's surge, Mom. Okay. Number 3. Square root of 37. It is surge or not?
Surge, Mom.
Square root of 36. It is not surge, Mom, because it will equal to 6. Okay, that's good. Square root of 41.
It's surge, Mom.
So now we know how to determine the surge and the perfect square. So now, I will discuss on how to solve surge by estimating the answer.
Okay, Mom.
So now let's have an example on how to solve an estimating surge. The question is, find two consecutive integers such that square root of 57 lies between them. So now let's find the numbers that lies to the square root of 57. The first thing we should do to find the answer of square root of 57 is to find the perfect square that is below of 57. So what is the perfect square that is below 57? So we can think that 49 is the perfect square that below 57. So we can now write it. The second thing we should do is to find also the perfect square that is above 57. So what is the perfect square that above 57? So we can think now that 64 is the perfect square that is above 57. So the square root of 49 is 7 and the square root of 64 is 8. So the answer that lies between square root of 57 is 7 and 8. So the square root of 57 is the number that lies between them is 7 point ... just like that. So our next example is square root of 23. So let's find the consecutive integers that lies between square root of 23. What is the perfect square that below of square root of 23? We can think that the number that below square root of 23 is square root of 16, which is perfect square, and it equal to 4. And the second thing that we should do is to find the perfect square that is above of square root of 23. So what is the perfect square that is above of square root of 23? So we can think that the perfect square that is above of square root of 23 is square root of 25, which is 5. So the consecutive integers that lies between square root of 23 is 4 and 5. So the answer of square root of 23 is in between of 4 point ... just like that. So our next equation is cube root of 36. let's find the two consecutive integers that lies between cube root of 36. So first, let's find the perfect square that is below of cube root of 36. So what is the number that is below of cube root of 36? Again, we will not use calculator, but we will use estimation in finding the answer. So the number that belows cube root of 36 is cube root of 27. So what is the perfect square that above of cube root of 27? So the perfect square that is above of cube root of 36 is cube root of 64. So the cube root of 27 is 3 and the cube root of 64 is 4. So the number that lies to the cube root of 36 is 3 and 4. So the answer that we get of cube root of 36 is in between of 3 and 4. So just like 3 point dot dot dot, just like that. Thank you for listening and watching. Hope you learned something. So goodbye class.
Thank
Bye
you, ma'am.
ma'am.
Goodbye.